Euro USD live FOMC Wednesday, 18th September 2024 market direction with entry, stop loss, and the take profit. And remember, on this very live stream, I'll be having a free giveaway, so be sure to stick around and do not miss a part of that because I'm going to be giving away something. So be sure to stick around through this live stream. Welcome, guys. Are you ready to know the direction of the day for the world's most traded pair, the Euro USD? Welcome, guys. Welcome. I appreciate you joining me every Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. my local time. That's East African time. Or if you're using the New York time, that's exactly at 1:30 a.m. So I thank you guys for always joining me every morning as I try to actually, tell or basically call the direction of the Euro USD. Now, for me to be able to do this, I always use my 50% win rate strategy that has a wonderful risk to reward ratio. This enables me basically be able to tell the direction of the day right here on the channel. So if you're out there and maybe you lack clarity when it comes to the direction of the day or the daily bias, definitely this is the channel you should always be joining every single day. So speaking of which, let's talk about the lack of preparation. Are you that kind of person who does everything last minute? I mean, when it comes to your trades, you do not prepare enough. You like to do everything last minute. And what ends up happening is maybe you enter wrong lot size. Instead of tapping buy, you tap sell. If you are that kind of person, then this message is for you. I like to tell you that if you do not manage time well, you will never become a profitable trader. So you need to manage your time well. If it is, let's say, marking out your areas of interest or basically your zones on your charts, try and get onto the chart at least 30 minutes before the market opens. This saves you a lot of headache and you'll be able to stay on top of your game as you actually trade this market. So hope you take this word of advice because if you are not a good time manager, trust me, you will not be able to trade because the market basically deals with price and time. Price does certain things at certain times. So if you're that kind of person that is always never there when price is doing whatever it's doing at a particular time, then you're always going to be missing out. I like to always use this analogy of a hunter when it comes to trading. For us as traders, we're always sitting back and waiting. Usually what hunters do, they actually head over there in the jungle or in the woods or in the forest, and actually they first study how these animals actually move. They study how these animals move, the times they move out of their harbors, the times they move out, they always do this. They study these animals, and then what they do, they set their traps. And if you actually, if you're not there to set your trap at the right time, definitely you're not going to catch that animal. So as a trader, you always have to be on time, be there so that if price happens to actually, give you your setup at a particular time, you're able to actually catch that very well. So it is a word of advice that I thought I should be able to share with you, especially if you're not yet profitable. This is something you need to look into, or this is something that you need to change about yourself. So that's it basically when it comes to that. So I was telling you with my strategy, it is a 50% win rate strategy. And this enables me catch a 1 to 4 risk to reward. And this obviously always keeps me profitable in the market. I've always shared with you guys my kinds of results or my results when it comes to this strategy. And you know that this strategy is always very profitable every single month. It is always profitable every single month. I think the least I've made a month is 2%. From the time I started trading this particular strategy. So it's a very, profitable strategy. So if you're out there and you lack a strategy to trade, definitely this is going to be the strategy for you. And I'm going to be sharing it for free right here on the channel. So be sure to stick around as I unpack everything about this strategy. Now, for me, before I even get onto the chart, usually there's some kind of routine that I go through. And one of those things is basically checking out what the fundamental side for the day is saying, or basically the fundamentals of the day. And to help me do this is usually a website. It is a website called forexfactory.com. Now, on this website, they show or share with us what exactly the major fundamentals of the day are going to be like. So let me try and share my screen so that you guys can be able to see exactly what I'll be seeing on my end. So I'm trying to share my screen. So you should be able to see what I'm seeing on my side. So you can clearly see that today, the 18th of September, 2024, on Wednesday, you can see that at 9 p.m., we shall be having the federal funds report. So this is expected. You can see that previously it was at 5.5%, and they expect a decrease from 5.5% to 5.25%. So that's like a 0.25% decline. So that's what they expect for this particular time. So what does this mean? So basically, you can see there's also going to be an FOMC report projection. So so this basically will happen at 9 and then also 9:30 p.m. That's my local time. But if you're using the New York time, this is definitely a different time. This will be at the during the PM session for the New York time. That's during the PM session. So basically, the reason I like to check out these fundamentals is for me to, be alert, because in case I have a trade on, I always like to manage my trade or manage my trades as I trade, or basically as these news events drop. So when they drop, I'm always, very, very ready to actually be able to hold my trades through this. And basically, what I do at least 5 minutes before these news events drop, or before they release these news events, 5 minutes before these news events, what I like to do is basically, move my stop to break even, because you realize that most of the times, if you, let's say, predetermined to risk maybe 10 pips on that particular trade, if this news happens to go against you and you have full risk on, you might end up, losing more than you earlier anticipated to lose on that particular trade. So for me to avoid this kind of scenario where, I'm losing more than what I predetermined to lose on that particular trade, for me to get out of such scenarios, what I do is basically manage my trades by moving my stop to break even. And I found this very, very, it's psychologically, it's very okay for me. I like it this way because I don't get to take unnecessary losses that I don't have to take in the market. So basically, this is how I do it, and it's how I've done it for the very longest time. So now let's get to the strategy. Which kind of strategy do I trade? Now, for me, the type of strategy that I trade, it's more like, I wait for a sweep or price to actually tap into an area of interest. So I basically use the previous day's price action to be able to determine the next day's, price, where price is going to go on the next day. So on the previous day, I like to look out for what I like to call areas of interest. And these areas of interest can either be maybe an order block or a fair value gap, or this might be equal highs or equal lows on the previous day's price action. Now, this analysis is always done on the 1 hour time frame. So, so basically, what price usually does on the next day is to tap back into these areas of interest, and then once it has tapped or maybe gotten any of the liquidity resting in these or around these areas of interest, once price has done that, then it likes to actually expand in the other opposite direction. So this is what price usually does, and I've told you it does this at least 50% of the times. So I'm able to actually catch these trades very well with a 1 to 4 risk to reward ratio. And I'm telling you guys, this is a very profitable strategy. So if you're out there and you do not have a strategy to trade that's profitable, if you're not yet profitable, probably you might be considering or you might want to consider this particular strategy that I'm going to share right here for free. So, but remember, you also don't need to take my word just for it. You need to go back test this particular strategy so that you're sure it really works, because I'm telling you, it really works. So basically, this is it with the fundamentals. Let's get to the chart. So this is what we have on the chart. So this was the price action from yesterday. And when we look at the areas of interest we just talked about, we can see there's this order block right here. So this is one area of interest. Then there was obviously a fair value gap right here, but this was already tapped back into. But then from the low of the day yesterday, we can see that price actually created equal lows right there. Price was able to create equal lows right there. So that's a big area of interest. So if we are to mark out our levels, the first level that I'll be interested in is this level right here. Let me try and zoom that in so that I'm able to get that very, very well. Okay, so that's a very big area of interest because the equal lows right there. So price usually likes to run liquidity, any kind of liquidity that is around that area. So basically, what am I looking at? So for today, which is the 18th of September 2024, I'm basically looking at price coming. It takes out all that liquidity resting below there. It has done this. I would expect it to move to the upper side. So the key level that I'll be looking at for this reversal is at 1.11107. So that's one key level that I'll be monitoring price on. So once price gets to this level, then I'll be looking to actually strike, or basically, as I told you about a hunter is always, hiding somewhere, waiting for the animal to get into the trap. And then once it's in the trap, then it just comes and collects it. So basically, this is how you need to be as a trader. So then the other level of interest is around the yesterday's high. We can see that price actually made this good expansion right here. And then what have ended up happening, price changed character right there, and it formed this fair value gap. It formed this order block right here. So basically, any stops resting above here, if price is to come, it will run them out. And once price actually, violates this order block right here, this is when I'll be looking to actually take a reversal right there. So another level to closely monitor is going to be this particular level. So once price takes out to expand to the downside. So basically, these are two levels that I'm going to closely be monitoring for today, the 18th of September 2024. So another level is this key level right here at 1.11463. So that level, I'll be monitoring it very, very closely. So if price gets either to this level or to this level here or this other level down here, when price gets to any of those levels, what I do next is basically drop down to the 5-minute time frame, and this is where I actually take my entries. And when it comes to entries, I like to actually enter on this 5-minute time frame. So the 5-minute time frame is where I actually take my entries, and what I look out for is the formation of an inversion fair value gap. Now, if you do not know what an inversion fair value gap, this is basically price, inversing, or basically if we had a bearish fair value gap, for example, when price or when a bullish fair value gap comes and covers that previously existing bearish fair value gap, we call this an inversion fair value gap, and this is when I actually make my entry. Once price forms an inversion fair value gap, I go ahead and enter the market. And when it comes to the stop loss, I always use 10 pips as my stop loss, and then I also use 30 pips as my take profit. So 30 pips as take profit and 10 pips as my stop loss. And most of the times I also get to actually squeeze this to a 1 to 4 to basically be able to make extra profits from the market. So basically, this is what I'm going to be looking at today, the 18th of September 2024. But you can let me know down in the comments, what are you looking at? What exactly do you think about this analysis and the strategy in general, or any other question that you might be having for me on about this particular live stream? And then also remember to please like, share, subscribe to the channel so that you're able to always catch these live streams every time maybe I notify you or there's a notification. You'll be able to get it right there so that you do not miss out on any of our live streams. And as well, you can go ahead and share this with a friend or colleague that maybe has trouble, finding the day's direction on the EURUSD. So basically, this is it for today. Guys, remember not to over risk. Don't over leverage on your accounts. Don't go full margin on your accounts, because this is going to enable you stay longer in this game. If you're that kind of person that wants to live for today, trust me, the market will wipe you out. I'm telling you, the market will wipe you out. The market doesn't owe you anything. Don't think you're Superman, especially, most of the times someone can get 2, 3, 5 wins and they think they're now Superman. So they go full margin on the next trade, or maybe even just from watching a live stream like this, and I say, price, I expect it to do this at around this level. And then you go and say, Gani said, price must do this when it reaches this level. So let me go all in on this. Guys, that's not how we trade. You must always manage your risk right. Always manage your risk. A good trader is that type of trader that manages their risk well. So if you do not manage your risk, you will not stay long in this game. So basically, this is it for today. Remember not to make some of those careless mistakes as well. Like maybe instead of tapping buy, you tap sell. Don't do that, guys, because this will keep you unprofitable in this market. So basically, this is what we have for today. In case you do have some questions, remember to leave them down in the comment section. I'll be answering them as they come. Remember, I always answer back every single question that you guys post, or basically any single question that you guys leave on any of my videos. So that is it exactly. And also remember that today, my local time, that's at around 3 p.m. I'll be dropping a video. So be sure to catch that as it will be dropping at exactly 3 p.m. my local time. Or if you're using the New York time, that will be exactly, let me try and see exactly the time that will be. If you're using New York time at exactly, that will be exactly at 8 a.m. New York time. So be sure to check out that video. It is a video about psychology. It will help you. It will enable you, stay on top of your game when it comes to psychology of trading. So basically, this is it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. In case you did, please leave a like on it, subscribe, share, and I'll be catching you tomorrow, same time, right here on the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourselves a very good trading day.